Okay, you guys, I got another wisdom nugget that I use or have to remind myself daily to use. But I don't know if you're familiar with the song from India Ari. It's called Slow Down. She has this song that I used to listen to back in when was it? It was like 2014. I used to listen to this song all the time when I was a financial counselor at St. Catherine's Hospital in my office. And you know what? I haven't heard it since then until I re-listened to it this morning so that I can get some, the majority of the words so that I can be able to make this video. But go take a listen to it. But I have some of the lyrics here. I'm going to read the lyrics to you, and then I'm going to go back and just break it down on how I apply it to myself. So it goes, so far from where I started out, so far from where I want to be, listening for answers in the wind, but can't find a rock to plant my feet, looking for love in all the wrong places, down on my knees, and now I pray for patience. I know that there's got to be a better way. In the back of my mind, I can hear my mama say, slow down, baby, you're going too fast. You got your hands in the air with your feet on the gas. You're about to wreck your future, running from your past. You need to slow down. I'm thinking the faster that I go, the faster I will reach my goal. The race is not given to the swift, but to the one who endureth. I thought all my obstacles were behind me, walking around like I'm made out of diamonds. I tripped and failed, and it reminded me to move over and let the angels guide me. Sometimes you need to be still before you can get ahead. Ask for help. You can't do it all by yourself. Take some time to clear your space. Be real. It's not good for your health. I'm breaking things and I'm losing things. I've lost my cell phone again the other day. I don't want to live this way. That's her song. So now I'm going to break it down and to how I had applied it to, me. So far from where I started out, it is what it is. It's like I am far from where I started. So far from where I want to be. But even though that I'm that far, I'm still not where I want to be. Listening for answers in the wind. Ooh, this one was good because it's like I'm trying to understand. Trying to understand what had happened was like trying to chase the wind. It was pointless. But can't find a rock to plant my feet. I couldn't get grounded in anything. I was looking for love in all the wrong places, which that's self-explanatory. Down on my knees, and now I pray for patience. Basically, I'm so broken, like I'm just broken, and I'm just praying for patience because I've learned in this journey that I can't pray this thing away, and I don't even think that I really would want to pray it away. So I know that there's got to be a better way. Obviously, there has to be a better way because there are people that are actually living a very fruitful life. And so if they're able to live a successful life and are functioning, then I can too, because I'm not functioning now. So her lyric goes back in and says, and in the back of my mind, I can hear my mama say, looking back and reflecting, I could just imagine how I look. I was going like 180 miles per hour in life, like just trying to get to a place where I felt that I could sustain myself, sustain my family, and live life. But in reality, I'm thinking I was bound to crash, and people probably were looking at me like, yes, that this is it's just an accident waiting to happen. So her lyrics, slow down, you're going too fast, you got your hands in the air, your feet on the gas. That's just like, you know, you're just moving too quick, you're just moving too fast, and you're not really being cautious enough to realize that, you know, you're just willy-nilly, and that you're about to wreck your future running for your past. We can be running, and that's not literally meaning like physically running. It's just you know, just trying to get away, trying to coast through life and not deal with the root issues that is causing you to behave the way that you're behaving. But we need to slow down. So as she began to go on with her lyrics, I'm thinking, the faster that I go, the faster I will reach my goal. Oh God, that was me. That was me. And I didn't realize it until like I started therapy. And I've learned that the feeling, I kind of wrote it down so I could be a little bit more direct. It was like, I learned that the feeling the need to be busy all the time is a trauma response and fear-based distraction from what I'd be forced to acknowledge and feel if I slowed down. And that was so me. I'm so guilty of it. Like, it was like an idle mind was a devil's playland. And so I just kept myself busy with one thing, or if it wasn't one thing, it was another. Just busy. So I didn't have to feel. I didn't have to feel what I didn't want to deal with. And that's deep. So she goes on to say that the race is not given to the swift, but to the one who can endureth. That's self-explanatory. I thought all my obstacles were behind me, walking around like I was made out of diamonds. When I think of that lyric, I think of like when I finally passed the police academy. I was a police officer. Boy, couldn't nobody tell me nothing. I was walking around like I was really something. And then her lyrics go on to say, as I tripped and I failed, and it reminded me to move over. Let the angels guide me. Yep, that's it. I had this family crisis that hit me, and it knocked me completely down. I was not prepared for it, and that I needed to sit my ass down and you know, really figure out what it is that that God was trying to do in my life. And so she goes on to say, sometimes you need to be still before you can get ahead. Now that I'm going to talk to you, I'm going to go more, I'm going to talk about this more in detail in a little bit. Then she says, ask for help. You can't do it by yourself. There is no I in team. Teamwork makes the dream work. Then she goes on, says, take some time to clear your space. This is a good one. You have to clean your, like she says, clear your space, clean your environment up. Sometimes the old has to go to be replaced with the good. Old habits, old people, toxic people. You'll be surprised when people start to drop out of your life. Sometimes, you know, we hold down and our feelings will be so butthurt. Like, I'll be like, oh my God, you know, this person walked out of my life, or oh my God, I don't have my best friend anymore, and all this other stuff. But as time begins to move forward, you'll begin to see that it was for the best, for whatever oddball reason. But a lot of people can't go where you're going. They just can't. They just can't go. Then she goes on to say, be real, this is not good for your health. That's self-explanatory as well. We all know that the stuff that we are going through, the toxic people, trauma, all that stuff is not good for our health. She ends the song with saying that I'm breaking things and I'm losing things. When I think about that, I'm breaking things. I'm breaking relationships that I really don't want to break. I'm losing things. I'm losing relationships that I don't want to lose. And that could be because that we're not, or I'm not in the right place mentally. And so, you know, I'm breaking relationships. I'm losing relationships. But some of those relationships are good to lose, but then some of them, like, you know, your relationships with your children, your relationships with your mom, your dad, and stuff like that, those are important relationships you don't want to lose. She says, I lost my cell phone again just the other day. I don't want to live this way. Oh God, people, I know I can speak for a lot of us when I say that when you are struggling with a mental illness, whether it's anxiety, depression, PTSD, it's like your mind is not on one accord with your body. It's like, it's the best image that I can describe this is like a chicken with its head cut off. The head is completely cut off, but the body is just moving around. It's going left and right, up and down. It's just going all over the place. And like, who wants to live this way? But because I know I certainly don't. But God will slow us down. God will sit us down. And for some folk like me, ooh, that's a little hard-headed, ooh, he has to knock me out so that I can get what I needed to be able to go where I need to go. God does have a sense of humor, y'all, and he knows exactly what it's gonna take and what is needed to get you to the right place. And that's all that matters. So this video is, the wisdom on for this video is slow is fast. And when I was training for the police academy in 2014, an old chief used to yell that at me. He used to drill that in me. And at the time, I didn't understand it in its totality like I'm learning to do so now. So I'm gonna break it down, and I hope you guys can gain the wisdom, and I hope that this helps you out as much as it has done for me. So it's a translation of an old Latin tag, festina lente, hurry slowly, meaning trying to do things too fast often means you waste time going back to correct your mistakes. The fastest way of accomplishing something is to work carefully and I don't know how to say this word right. Let me try. Methodically. This wisdom turns out to be surprisingly useful. It was important to me to execute slowly and not to rush just because someone was behind me honking. Just put on your hazard lights and keep it moving, because what I've learned is pushing my nervous system to perform faster than what it can will cause me to stumble at what I am doing. And what I've come to find out, the end result is my rush performance is nothing in comparison to the finished performance if I had jogged at my own race. Did you get that, guys? That was kind of deep. But the thing about it is, what I have learned is that once I got my psychological injury, what was very difficult for me was to get back to how I was. So I was trying to do things at the regular speed. Like, oh my gosh, it was so hard. I was trying to jump through hurdles that I couldn't physically do anymore. And so I had to learn to make new boundaries. Like if for a day, if I only was able to take care of the kids, make sure that they were fed, cleaned, and they did what they needed to do, whether it was school or whatever it is, that was a good day. Granted, there was no dishes being cleaned, no house being cleaned, no clothes being washed or whatever. So I had to set new standards And that's what we need to do, is to reassess our days. Some days, like even now, that they could be so overwhelming that if I only go to therapy and get myself together and in the right mind to be able to do that for the day, that's a good day. You know, to somebody else, it's like, oh my God, that's all you were able to do. You have no idea how hard and how difficult it is for people like us to be able to do things. Sometimes I could have a really, really good day where it's like I can clean the house, I can cook a meal, and the kids will have everything there they can do, and I can make phone calls and take care of business, and that is a good day. But they come in very few, and you know, not all the time. But what I'm saying is, slow is fast. Just take some time to rest and regroup. Rest and regroup. And you guys know that life isn't no walk in the park. If that was so, then I wouldn't be where I'm at in life, and so many people wouldn't be struggling to overcome anxiety and mental illness. We have to remember daily that slow is fast, and fast is slow at times. So I hope this wisdom nugget, I hope you guys caught the wisdom. And I hope that it is a blessing as much as it was a blessing for me, for this old chief to instill that in me. And it's just so funny how he did that in 2014, and now I'm in 2019 really utilizing that phrase. And it's amazing how when people plant certain things in the past, how you'll never know in the future how much you would really come to utilize those. So continue to stay tuned. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you the next time I do a video. Stay blessed.